I'm gonna I'm gonna take you through like many strategies, what to do practically to keep yourself calm, and especially for the people around you, and also if we have kids around us. I was able to see last week in at the clinic like kids are impacted. And I know the variation of impact will be related to how parents handle the situation at home. So the more we are calm, the kids will be calmer. The more we are stressed, we're gonna, um, like impact more our kids in this period of time. So we're gonna understand a little bit what does it mean emotional resiliency. We're gonna recognize the psychological impact, what's happening with our body as well. We're gonna learn practical strategies to build our inner stability, and we're gonna do our work around some coping skills for this uncertainty that we are living in. What is emotional resiliency? So, this is our ability to adapt and stress to adversity. I like a lot this picture. If we look at this tree, we feel like it's falling, but we need to remember that this tree has roots under it. Okay. And the more we are holding to our roots, we are having like strong anchors, more resilient we're gonna be. So the capacity to recover as quickly as possible from each emotional challenges, from each news we hear, from each sound we hear, this what will makes us more resilient. The capacity to maintain this psychological balance. It's uncertain, we know, and this is something we cannot change right now. The only thing we can change is how we're gonna react to the moment that we are living in. So, what happens during unstable times? First of all, we lose our predictability and control. Like last week, I was giving an appointment for a client for the next 4 weeks, so in 4 Mondays. And for one moment, while writing the appointment, the thought came to my mind, like where we're gonna be in 4 weeks. So this is very normal questions to have it. But the difference is either I'm gonna panic when this thought crossed my mind, or I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna think of it now because it will not change anything thinking of it. I'm just gonna control my moment. And this is what we're gonna learn how to control our moment. The second thing, the increased exposure to negative news, the economic and social insecurity, and the collective stress and uncertainty. These are the four elements that are gonna impact us the most during this difficult time. What's gonna happen with our body? Okay, so first we're gonna have more anxiety. We're gonna be very hyper vigilant. So it's like we are like awake, like every small things that is happening, every small sounds, small words, small, news. We just are very vigilant, trying to control. So why we become hyper vigilant? Because our brain will trick us. He will tell us, the more you know, the more you control the situation. But in reality, it's not. The more we're, like connecting and trying to understand, the more we're gonna be anxious. We cannot concentrate, so we cannot feel guilty right now if we're not performing very well at work. This is totally normal because, as we know in Maslow pyramid, the basic needs are securities. So we need to eat, sleep, feel secure. And the second need will be love. So if the security is not there, how can we go up in the pyramid and reach self-fulfillment? Emotional exhaustion is going to be tired emotionally. Irritability or withdrawal. So either we're going to start like getting angry from small things, or we're going to choose, okay, now I'm going to sit alone, I'm going to isolate myself. And of course, sleep disturbance, because as we all know, once we sleep, we let go. And if we are trying to control the uncontrollable, sleep is not the moment to do this. That's why we're going to have a lot of sleep disturbances. So it's very important to know that our brain is going under a lot of stress, and there is secretions of too many neurotransmitters that will make us alert. And this is where we can be stuck in fight and flight or in a freeze response. Today, my client, she had to leave from Riyadh. She had like a lot of trips to reach Dubai. And she was so strong and she collapsed after it. And she was wondering why. Because I explained to her, your brain was under too much stress. He was fighting and flighting all the time. But now you reach a place where you allow yourself to start feeling the tiredness. This increased cortisol level will impact your body in a way. So now it's the moment where you're gonna feel it. Don't be scared. This is a normal reaction, but we need to do a lot of coping skills to calm our body. And as a result, we're going to have a reduced capacity to do reflective thinking. So we can stuck sometimes in like impulsive decisions because we are on a hurry, we need a fast solution, and unfortunately, it will not work for us. So what we need to start doing is building our inner stability. First of all, we need to be more self-aware. Like, why now I'm reacting in this way? What happened, okay, in my previous life? Do I have any, like post earlier traumas related to insecurities? It can be similar situation, it can be even different things. So this is very important. First, to be aware, and then to start listening to our body, how he is reacting. Like if I hear the sound of a message or something, I know that my heart starts beating very fast. So now I'm learning more about my body, how my body is reacting. The second level is I need to develop emotional regulation skills. So what I'm gonna do right now to calm my body, because now I'm aware that there is something wrong going in. I need to listen to it. I will not say, oh, it's okay, it will go by itself. No, because it will not, it will just accumulate. I have to build supportive relationships. So around me, who are the people that will think realistically with me without catastrophizing? And this is what we're going to see later on, how to stop the catastrophizing. Maintain routine and structures. And this is very important. Even if we're not able to focus 100%, even if we're giving it our 40 or our 50, we try to keep on going, doing our same things that we used to do for us and for our kids. Okay? One of the nice ways also to calm ourselves, we can interlock our thumbs over our chest, okay? And flap our palms securely like a butterfly, okay? And meanwhile doing this, we keep on breathing slowly and deeply, okay? And we become very mindful of the thoughts and how our body is feeling, okay? And we try to anchor ourselves and we notice the environment as well, okay? So whatever thoughts are coming to ourselves, we don't try to fight it back. We just embrace it. And then we're going to say, I'm going to deal with these thoughts one by one. I'm not going to panic of my own thinking. And this is where we start being, if you want, in the level of strengthening our self-awareness. So I have thoughts coming to my mind. I'm aware of them. I'm accepting them in a calm manner. They are anxious thought most probably, but I will be able now to see how to handle these thoughts because I'm doing it in a calmer way. So, first, we identify our emotions without judgment. And this is very important. Like, no, I shouldn't be scared. I am the adult here. My kids should not see me scared. No, it's fine. We can show the fear because this is real, okay? But we don't catastrophize it. And after it, we show our kids what did we do to calm ourselves down. All right? The second level, each one of us will have different kind of feelings, different kind of emotions. We need to label them, which means name our emotions. And the third level, we practice mindful check-ins during the day, which means like I woke up now, how do I feel? What are the emotions that are within me today? Now, lunchtime, afternoon, nighttime. So we keep on doing this exercise that is related to emotional awareness. I will invite you now. You can write on the chat, what are your emotions right now? So I want you to take a moment, and this is completely invitational. If you feel like doing it, you can. If not, I totally understand. Try to read this wheel of emotion, and now you can see how much emotions we have, but we don't use all of them. Okay? We can be stuck sometimes on only few kinds of emotion. I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm happy. But if we look more deeply, we will find much more. So take a moment and in the chat, just write what are you feeling right now. Stressed, worried, tired, shocked, tired, threatened, yep, worried, unease. And now what I want you to do is to think of the beginning. So like Saturday, Sunday. So now like 10 days passed. Can you try to compare your emotions between then and today? So try to see how your emotions can change over time. So once same emotions, very stressful, nervous. So now what we're gonna learn to do, shocked then, trusting now. This is a good shift. From stability to now unpredictable. Yes. And this is what we're gonna work on, how to change our feelings. And changing our feelings will come when we change our thinking process. How we can think of this situation in a different way so we can reach a more positive emotion. Shocked, yes. Thank you so much for sharing. So, whenever you are in these emotions, let's do this exercise all together right now. I want us to start with a breathing exercise, okay? You have the picture here, so it's a square. I want you to inhale for 4 seconds, then hold it for 4 seconds, then exhale for 4 seconds, then hold it again for 4 seconds, okay? So let's do this, okay? For 1 minute, we inhale, exhale, inhale, count till 4, exhale. So this is the best way to calm your nervous system. And with time, the more you can prolong the exhale, the better it will be. Okay? This is where we're gonna move our emotions and calm our nervous system, and we move our emotions to more calmness. And then we're gonna work on our thought process, okay, to try to shift the emotions. So breathing is one of the best technique to do. Grounding techniques is the second one. Okay? So you have here also the image. What we need to do, we need to acknowledge 5 things that we can see around us. So what I want you now, wherever you are, I want you to put your eyes on 5 things around you and name it within you. And like name it within your heart. So you put your eyes on 5 elements. And then I want you to acknowledge 4 things that you can touch around you. Then acknowledge 3 things that you can hear around you. 2 things that you can smell. It can be your hair. It can be the room where you're in. And then 1 thing you can taste around you. If you don't have anything around you, you can just try to taste your lips and see. So what happens when you do this exercise? Your brain will be only focused on the moment, okay? You cannot think of all the anxious thought and do your grounding exercise, all right? So this will help you to reduce your anxiety one more time. And then physical movement. Don't stay stuck in the same position. When your emotions are intense and you're feeling highly anxious, breathe, do the grounding technique, have a small walk around the house, and then start what we're gonna do together that we call cognitive reframing. So, what is cognitive reframing? So, we believe, especially in CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, that we have thoughts in our minds that will, come to us like a wave, if you want. And the idea will go like, war will destroy everything, okay? Or something will go wrong in the defense mechanism. Or a lot of thoughts can cross our minds. And then after that, what's gonna happen? We're gonna panic, fear, and we're gonna feel very hypervigilance. And I'm gonna start checking the news, or I'm gonna avoid, having like some fun time. then I'm gonna start having sleep problems. So this thought was the trigger for all my anxiety. So how I reframe it? I reframe it by saying, the situation is frightening, of course, we're not gonna deny the reality, but I'm gonna focus right now on what I can control, okay? If I try to overlook the situation, this is too much to handle. I'm gonna go into a very catastrophizing thinking. Let me think now. I'm in a safe place. It is frightening, the situation, a lot of uncertainty, but right now I need to see what I can control. So I can have different kind of automatic thoughts, okay? Constant threat perception. So my automatic thoughts will be something terrible could happen at any moment. How I reframe it, I say, right now, in this moment, I am safe. My mind is reacting to uncertainty, not to an immediate threat. And this thought, I can keep on repeating it as much as possible during the day to rewire my brain and let go the old automatic thoughts. Okay? Another thing, exposure to news. So my thoughts will go, if I stop checking the news, I might miss something important. So what will be the reframed thought? Staying informed is useful, but constant exposure increases my anxiety without increasing safety, you know? Because safety, it's not gonna come from the news, it will come from messages, from alerts, from something specific that we will know that this is now we have to do something else. So, and this big thing is reaching us in a good way. So that's why I need to say, I have to limit this exposure. And we noticed a lot that a lot of WhatsApp groups can bombard us with news. So the best thing to do is either to put them on silent, get out of them, not read them, or choose one time a day where I'm gonna go and check. And the best important thing that you can do if you need to check, to choose one source. You say, this source, I consider it as reliable, then I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna check this thing, and you decide how many times during the day, 2 times, 3 times a day, I'm gonna check it. So I keep myself informed without increasing my anxiety. The third automatic thoughts is related to future catastrophizing. The thought comes to my mind without me stopping it. It just flashes. It says, the future will only get worse. How I reframe it, I say, the future is uncertain. Again, we hit the reality. Humans have repeatedly adapted and rebuilt after crisis. So I try to calm myself down by being realistic and at the same time trying to see from previous situations that, yeah, there will be hope. We need to just have the patience to reach there. So how do we do because we have so many other kinds of thought. I cannot cover all, but I will give you like the recipe for it. The first step, you notice your thought. What is my mind telling me right now? I question it. Is this a fact or a fear? If it's a fact, I keep it. Like if I receive a message that I need to be in a safe shelter, it's a fact. I have to be in a safe shelter. If it's a fear, then how I'm gonna replace it with a more balanced thought, not optimistic or like positive or like I'm not gonna lie to myself. No, this is not the idea. It's just a realistic thought. Any questions till now? Anyone would like to say something? You can write on the chat and I can read it. All right, I'm continuing. So, what we need to do. So, another level to calm ourselves down is to accept uncertainty. And this is one of the hardest part to do. In life, we have things we can control, things we can influence, and things that are outside of our control. And this is the circle of concern. Okay? So, what you need to do, you need to take your things I can control, write it down, and do your planning accordingly. Okay? Because this is the only thing that right now is possible to do. And this is very important where you make your plan of safety. So each one of us has his threshold. He knows how much we can take from this. So we decide that if things reach this place, this is my safety plan, this is what I'm gonna do. We prepare it from now, and then we try to bring security to the unsecure situation. Okay? I'm gonna talk about kids and how we're gonna explain it to them. All right? So we put our plan, and now we need to reach for social support. Okay? Who are around us? People who are around us that we feel safe around. It's very good to share our concerns, our emotions. Try to talk a bit about the situation, but also try to see if we can resume our normal conversations, our future plans. It's not even if it's uncertain, but still we want to keep on training our brain to see something positive that will come out at the end. Daily practices for resilience. So, as a wrap up for the first part, we have to limit the exposure to distressing news. We maintain good sleep and nutrition, practicing gratitude, and engaging in relaxation practices. If you can take a screenshot of this link, you just press on it, and it will teach you how to do something we call progressive muscle relaxation. So this is very helpful before sleeping. You can hear it, and they will tell you what to do step by step, how to contract and relax your muscles. And this will help you to let go and go into a deep sleep. Now we need to help kids build resilience as well. So step number one, we model emotional regulations. So for example, I myself, I was like, okay, I need to do something to change. So I decided to put, colors on my nails. And then my kid saw me and he said, why you're putting this? And I told him because I feel tired of the situation and I feel doing something to change my mood. Do you want to do something? And then he was like, yeah. And then he chose something to do. Okay, so this is how we model emotional regulation. Encourage open conversation with the kids and don't be scared. They can understand a lot. And the best way is for us parents to tell them what's happening rather than hearing it from their friends and hearing some mixed information, which will make it more scary. Validate emotions, okay? If he's scared, yes, you have the right to be scared. You don't tell them, no, there is nothing to be scared of. No, because then they will start doubting their emotional self-awareness, okay? Because they are extremely aware of their emotions more than adults because they are still, if you want, pure. They didn't build all these false selves. So yes, we have to validate and we have to adhere to reality, okay? We don't create like stories that are not consistent with the reality. So this is an example how to explain war to children, okay? We can start with simple and honest language. We use words that children can understand. So for example, Sometimes countries or groups of people have very big disagreements. Instead of solving the problem peacefully, they start fighting. That fighting between countries is called war. Okay? So, and we avoid complicated political explanation. So, very simple, very realistic. Second level will come is we assure for kids safety, because as we said in Maslow's pyramid, the first need is security and safety. So the child will go, am I safe? And this is where you're gonna say we are safe. There is a lot of adults all around these countries working to protect us and to take care of us. Okay? So as long I'm here next to you, this is my job to protect you. You don't have to worry about protecting yourself. Okay? It's my responsibility, me as an adult. And we normalize the feeling, which we will say it's normal to feel worried or confused when you hear about war. Many people feel the same. And you can encourage them as much as you want to say what comes to their mind, what they think more. What you can as well do, you create a calming corner, all right? So you bring a basket and you tell them, every time you don't feel okay, we can have a place in the house and the basket where we're gonna put inside of it all the toys that you want. And these toys, when you play with them, will make you feel calm, okay? They can choose blanket, plushie, fidgeting toys, books, music, coloring books. Each child has his own resiliency system. So this will be helpful for them to calm down. Whatever is related to sounds, if we have kids who are hypersensitive to sound, it would be good if we buy the isolation sounds, the headset, the noise cancellation. It will help them. Having some white noise in the background as well, it's good. And try to explain that these sounds can also be an explanation that we're safe, okay? If it happens that the sound, this means that also safety is around us. So we don't associate sounds to danger, because later on they will be so critical and so hypervigilant to any sound. So they will be like, what's this? What's this? All the time. Okay? So this is also very important. So resiliency is not about avoiding stress. It's about developing the inner capacity to navigate uncertainty with flexibility, awareness, and support. So this is what we need to try for ourselves and our kids, to help them be as peaceful as possible during this hard period. I will go to the questions. So how to talk to kids, we are done. How can we explain current situation? Okay. Please, please, doctor, share the link in the chat box. Sure, I will. I will right away. Okay, thank you for the technological tip. Voila. So I sent you the link. Sharing the PowerPoint, I will check with the clinic and they will let you know. Do you think, is it okay to pretend everything is fine? No, 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 no. We have to be realistic, okay? We tell the kids that Yes, it's unstable. Like I explained to my son, we need to wait the message. When the message come to the phone that it's safe to go play in the garden and in the playground, we will go out. If the message say because they are protecting us that we have to stay inside, we're gonna create a game inside. When I say it, I try to send calmness. Okay? If he asks me, "Are you scared, mommy?" I tell him, yes, I can be scared sometimes, but then I think of it and I understand that I'm protected by people who are protecting us. Then I calm down. Okay? So, yes, please say the truth to the kids. Uh, did I miss any question? How do we talk? This is, I can hear my voice. This is at the beginning. Yeah, good. Any other questions? You're most welcome. And please, there is a lot of apps. I cannot say names, so we don't think I'm doing marketing, but there is a lot of apps that will help you to breathe, to calm down. Subscribe to it, do the exercises. Um, Love yourself. This is very important. And on top of all, make your safety plan. Don't, because I can see like they start asking, do we leave? Do we stay? All these questions. Each one of you has a different story. Prepare your safety plan and act upon it. Don't look what's going around you. Do what you feel is good for you. Okay? Thank you so much. Hope we meet next time and we talk about something else. And this will end very soon. Take care, stay safe, and God bless you all. Bye bye.